Hey guys, how are you? Uh, so we're just gonna jump into Fallout again today and just continue leveling character. Um, just bear with me one moment as I get everything set up on my end to just make sure that I can keep up with everything. All right. Hope everyone's having a good time. Hey, welcome. It's good to see you. Hope work wasn't too bad for you. So I want to show off a little bit. It's 7. Yeah, I want to show off my goal real quick while we knock out the mask event. Um, Fast Knot. Uh, this is my main character. He is just my highest level character, the character I'm putting the most time into. I've had a couple other characters that have been around this level, and then I just kind of get burned out and delete them. So this one, I made a goal to try to make a commitment to myself to keep them going and just kind of push the levels up higher than 200. I'm aiming for like maybe 500. And then I've got some other characters for whenever I'm wanting more of a challenge or to kind of start over. Ooh, I don't know what to do about that, but cool. You got 350 something. Says you're on a 3 stream streak. Okay, so real quick, fit check. Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can get a glowing mask. Oh, channel points. I don't know what channel points do. I know I'm streaming to Twitch, but I don't use Twitch. So I'll learn and I'll start adding stuff if it's worth it. You know? Sweet. Oh, someone used a scout's banner. So on the left, that little flag that pops up and that little horn that we're hearing. Oh, and that's a lunchbox. Okay, so you can use flags, and across the entire map, everyone gets a benefit from it as long as they're online at that time, or on the server, I should say. Um, and some flags can like auto revive you once every 5 minutes, and they all have just amazing buffs and benefits. Oh, they're already marching. Um, a loot bag. Nope. Okay. And then the lunchbox is very similar to the same, just a series of buffs. You can go to your statuses, effects, and then the down here where it says Scouts Call, Scouts Code, Scouts Courage. Those are all Scouts banners, and they're active for an hour. And then from uh, to Go Punch and Very Well Rested are both loot boxes or lunch boxes rewards, and you get lunch boxes for free as like a daily atomic shop item. Sometimes you just get like random utility items, whether it's a scrap kit or today's was the lunchbox or repair kits, carry weight boosters and such. They give you these for free and then yeah, every day, and then occasionally some of this other stuff for free too. So it's always good to just log in if you've got the game, collect it, and then even if you're not playing it currently, it's just good to get some free stuff for your characters. Um, but I'm excited because the next season's. theme, that was difficult to think about saying, is like alien themed. It's Invaders from Beyond or something. That's just super fun. I'm excited. Earlier I did this event and somebody had like a Deathclaw mask on, which is like the apex enemy, creature enemy in the game. Um, they had like a mask on from the event. Sorry if that was too loud. Let me know if you want me to turn it back up. They had like a mask on from the event, and he had a block the bot sign because you can find him from like protests that happened before the bombs dropped. Um, and he was just blocking with the sign to look like he was in protest the entire time. Man, they're killing everyone's progress. That's okay. And he was just walking around like, hoo, 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 with the robots. I enjoyed it. So this gun's an automatic. This is a Tesla rifle, but it's specifically a drop from an event. But it's an automatic, like lightning gun, essentially. And I'm kind of a huge fan of lightning. Just kind of a huge fan. I have a tattoo of it, at least. Okay. So for my ghoul, you'll notice I don't have a food bar at the bottom right. I have my stamina bar, and then I have something else. That is a feral meter. And there are builds built on not feral and feral. But when you're feral, you lose like all your charisma and um, a lot of your accuracy with guns, and you kind of just go to a full melee build. And almost, like, if I remember correctly, almost a glass cannon build. Not that it's a bad thing. It's they're pretty strong. It's just a way to play, you know. And then as a non-feral ghoul, which is my preferred way to play, you get a lot of aiming benefits and bats benefits, which just makes kind of like almost like a lazy player build where all I do is typically hit this L1 button. Like right now I'm hitting it and you'll see my stamina goes down even though I'm not really moving. And I'm just checking to see if I can lock onto anything like that. And I'll just do that and yeah. It said I wasn't hitting him, but I was. Nice. What did we get? A unicorn mask? Nice. I'll show you all the masks we have. Uh, and one of my bases, and then we'll get switched back over to the new player account. And then here's my alien blaster. Woohoo! That guy's in his inventory. He might poop out a little bag that we can loot. Okay, we're gonna not wait for poop bags. Instead, we'll go look at this and we'll get switched over. Let me know if you end up wanting a tour of this base. I've got a little bit of like kind of some theming and some fun going with it, but I don't have enough decorations to really like finish it up yet. So we're working on it. It's a work in progress. It's just a little laggy. Yeah, I got a freaking mansion. This is my base. That's a train station, like I said, for like people always come by. So I'm right here, and then additionally, this area is a common nuking area for in-game boss fights. So I kind of put myself in like a prime in-game high-level player zone, uh, and I get a lot of traffic and a lot of good sales here. But here's the outside. Um, Normally this is just a prefab house, so I added like the antenna and all this stuff on the top and such. And then I haven't mowed in a while, as you can see, and ooh, a little bit of a lag spike. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna hook it up to. I've been streaming via Wi-Fi this entire time, which is why I think I have like this vocal issue. Um, and I forgot this time I was gonna hook it up via Ethernet cable, and I forgot. Here's the back, and this kind of controls the weather. So at nighttime, I'll have like an aurora borealis kind of effect going on. Okay, I'll give you a tour of the inside now. So over here, we've just got some deathball meat. I haven't finished decorating the side yet. This is just kind of like the theme. I'm getting started. In fact, I've got a few more decorations I could add um, since I've unlocked them. And then around here, I've got this guy with some moss around him to kind of give him some effects. He's pointing you in the direction of where to buy stuff. Uh, it's a little kind of like hidden rule or whatever, unspoken rule that you kind of like use these guys to help point people visiting your camp into the direction of your vending machines, just because it's sometimes difficult to locate them. People get really well decorated houses and such, even more so than you're going to see mine. And their vending machines just blend right in, and you can be looking for a while hoping to buy something and just not. So you kind of make it easier on people coming by, you know? Here's a couple of the vending machines. I got three set up because it's only one person per machine. So I'm a little hopeful that I'll get some sales and a lot of traffic, but I haven't made sales in a while with this character. I probably need to refill my stock. And then, oh, actually, we'll go around to the front. I don't have any doors, but I did install this little light and these wind chimes. And then I've got this gulper rug and some more moths. And I got this from an event. Actually, pretty much all of this. A little clock, an axolotl I caught while fishing. There's my cat, Morgana. That's actually my cat. She's named after the cat from Persona 5, even though he's a boy. They're both pretty mischievous. Um, Dang it, bro. Skill issue. What's going on? Oh, lag. Gotcha. Um, Here is my crafting area. So you can just come straight back and craft whatever you need to craft. Uh, Sometimes during like Halloween time, you can get candy from Halloween Scorched and stuff like that. So you can put candy in here, and some of the candy will even like teleport you across the map. Um, just some things that kind of keep the walls going. We'll come back out here and go to the kitchen. So I got this little whole pink setup from last season. It just gave you all of this stuff for seasonal rewards, and I completed the entire thing. I got this one from this season. I unlocked this and these as well from last season, and that's from last season. This is from a couple seasons ago. These are just kind of like for looks, though. They don't really do anything. Part of that is actually usable. And then these are more like resource givers. So if I ever need salt for a challenge, or if I need to eat something specific, I can come here and get that. This is just a table. This will be for beer steins once I decide to build them. I don't think I've built any so far. Yeah. A little gaming thing, a morgue table, and then these plants I can get. I was trying to get the third one so I could do all the stuff and craft all the stuff with them, but I couldn't unlock the. I didn't get the drop in time. Just bad luck or skill issue, whatever you want to call it. Another thing that boosts your stats for a little bit. Uh, the kitchen cooking area. Uh, a storage spot where my food can go and doesn't spoil unless I'm not using the space, and then it spoils. This was cranberry stuff, I believe. But if I swap my base, or if it can't be put down because someone else's base is here or something like that, it immediately starts to spoil, and I just didn't ever get around to putting my base down. So now we go. Oh, nope. Now we go into the living room, and here's my little lizard. Where's he at? There he is.
I was wondering if you were coming back.
He's a gecko named Moria. If you know, you know. My cauldron. Don't ask. Or do, but it's fine. A little eel in a bottle, except for I don't know what kind of eel that is. A Mothman bowling ball, a little TV. Uh, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be outside, and this is it on, and this is it supposed to be off. But I like it. I prefer this one better. But yeah, we'll turn it back on. More gaming, a little chillaxing area in case you don't like talking. A bunch of my little figures I've got unlocked. My cat's bed. Music. And I think there's more music somewhere. Oh, maybe up here. Maybe not. One of my mini nuke launchers I have. I think it's like a two-shot um, mini nuke launcher. So every time I shoot one, it shoots two of them. One of my favorite backpacks. So the stuff is hanging off and kind of messed up, but it's a little bat. I've got a scorpion one as well. The bobbleheads I've bothered to hook up and put on here. A chair. Nothing, nothing weird about this chair, of course. A bed and another bed. This is my kids' room for when they come to visit me, because I am a dad. My roommate, even though this is my place and I don't pay rent. Uh, I think my room. I'm not sure. I haven't got around to that part yet. This is where I stopped running out of things to build. Is in the upstairs area. And this is gonna be like a second living room eventually, or maybe even like a second crafting area. I haven't decided yet. But we're kind of just putting some stuff here, feeling it out, and then my roommate's quarters. Um, you know, just things for her to work on. Little fireplace, nice little balcony for her to overlook things. I don't know anything about that guy. And then an upstairs attic. And up here, I was kind of going for like a spooky, eerie theme, so I was putting like raidery stuff up, and I've got this hay bale thing, and then I've got like a Mothman cult throne over there. And so yeah, I was really going for it on this one. And yeah, that's the base. Okay. What were we doing? Oh, I was gonna show you the other masks. What was it? File cabinet. Apparel. So I've also got this mask. Yeah, this house nicer than my house too. And then we unlock this unicorn mask. And then, of course, my little alien mask. And then with this character, I've also got glowing skeleton costumes, prisoner collars for sale, red coat hat, like British red coats, British red coat outfits somewhere. I think they might have been all bought up, and I probably just need to build some more. Some spacesuits for sale and space helmets for sale. Spooky scarecrow headpieces that I can craft. Um, some straight jackets for sale, or a straight jacket. This is what those flowers are for, is building stuff like this and a couple other like apparel based pieces, and that's what I was wanting to do, is just make them more available to people, because people will sell these for like 1,000 caps, and I'm like, bro, it's a hat. um and then this stuff isn't for sale, that's on my wall. I don't know why I have a baseball cap, but this is a werewolf pelt head. I think I was trying to sell those, and I just didn't do anything with them. Bottle cap sunglasses for when I want to do like a Nuka Cola themed character. A clean spacesuit for me. A clown outfit because sometimes there's events for that, and sometimes I'll just be a clown, you know. Enclave, my Bigfoot mask, a Blue Devil mask, another corn on the cob, a crazy guy mask, a glowing turkey mask, and at night it'll kind of like light up a little bit as well. Not like light up, but it kind of like just emits a little bit of a glow. This jackalope mask. This was my favorite before I got the alien mask. This loon mask. One of the more common ones, just the man mask. You can find this one in the overworld in a safe, I think, still. A minotaur mask. The robot one. I like this one too. One of my other characters had a glowing version of this one. I just forgot to pull it off of him whenever I released him. A Scorch Beast Queen mask. There's also a regular Scorch Beast mask. The sun. And okay, that's it for masks. I think that's really it for event-based stuff. Oh, hey, red coat. Look at that. I just need to put them up for sale. I got them built. Oh, the rusty coat of arms. I forgot about that. I don't think there's anything else that stands out. Oh, I got a tinfoil hat as well. uh, yeah. And then, kind of end game, it's a lot of armor and weapon stockpiling. So we've got that black powder pistol on the other character that's really strong. This one will shoot 4 shots before needing to reload, and then the bullets will also explode. And this is a pike I can stab and heal people with. And then this is just a really, really good weapon that drops from events. And then I've got all these that are mine. This is going to be super buffed next patch. It's just a Tesla cannon. It's one of my favorite weapons from the old games. Gauss shotguns, bows, and then if I'm feeling a heavy guns build or anything like that, I can just grab the weapon. Oh, the thirst zapper. I can just grab the weapon and go. Oh, yeah, go and get my ammo. I think it probably would be in here. Weaponized Cola. So this is one of my favorite weapons. It's a kid's toy. It's a water gun you get from Nuka World. You can buy it for a couple thousand Nuka World points, and it just shoots out water really fast, and you use it in like the arcades and stuff like that. But you can get a schematic that allows you to convert its ammo into Nuka-Cola bomb ammo, and you can use uh, Nuka-Cola Cherry or something like that, and the Nuka-Cola Quantum, which is like the hardest, more rare one to find, but it's also the most damaging. And so it turns this little kid's toy into a launcher. And so I will just do a quick demonstration. Oh, someone came over here and killed the robots. Not the robots. Oh, I hear you. All right. And that's hurting me all the way over here. Granted, not as much as it was hurting him, but yeah. The only reason I don't use this gun is because when you're getting more ammo for it, it doesn't like replenish ammo. Normally, you can go to what are considered ammo containers, which is pretty much everything now, and it'll give you ammo for the weapon you're using. Um, However, ammo like this, it does not give you. You have to craft, and it, however, it's here or if it's at the chem station. Um, but you have to craft it, and it requires just like a lot of stuff. I won't bore you with all the stuff that it requires, but one of the most important is these drinks, like an actual drink, which you have to find. Quantum. These guys. So I've only got 9. I can only make 9 more shots, and that's assuming if I have all the other stuff as well, which some of which is pretty rare, like nuclear material and stuff like that.
It's funny. I went to space,
Okay,
and yet never saw any place that looked quite so.
go snap a 7:30. There might be some events that we're gonna be spawning into. We can maybe go do, and then here pretty soon. See, we brought back that Assaultron that was just ahead, and we're gonna have to get her a body, if I remember correctly, based on what they were talking about. So once we do that mission, it'll progress us into a couple other things, and then we'll have to start working with the raiders and settlers for a heist-based quest. And then Minerva's somewhere. Ooh, exterior. It looks like I might have my daily quest from Foundation since we discovered them. Um, with Foundation and the Raiders, or the locations of the Crater, the Settlers and Raiders, you have reputation with each of these factions. And it's just to unlock those gold bullion things that I was telling you about before. And you really want to kind of get a head start as soon as you can. So if it tells you that you can speak to Ward, that is your daily quest to get a little bit of faction reputation with these guys.
Where's my tools?
And it's just like a sort of fetch quest. Go here, get this thing, come back.
Fine.
That's exactly the
Some.
fetch quest.
If you can get it back, we'd be very grateful.
Nothing he says matters. It's not necessarily story relevant. It's just reputation based stuff that you are going to be grinding.
Excellent. Fortunately, we put tracking transmit. I can show you roughly where it is.
Okay. That way. So the little line with the circle is an area waypoint rather than a precise waypoint. So the difference is this one is an exact location I need to go to or a shop or something. And this one's like, hey, investigate this area, and somewhere in here is what you're looking for. Fortunately for us, someone's camp is right where we need to go, and we don't have to travel a long ways. That is extremely nice. How about luck? Okay. And so now we're here. If we wanted to do this properly, we could pull out our radio. We would go down to. It's not here. Uh, there would be. Oh, maybe it's just because I don't know. It's just out there. There's supposed to be a broadcast we could follow, but it's not there. That's fine. All we're looking for is typically some raiders, blood eagles, something like that. Humanoid enemies who hijack some of the gear that they're looking for. Look, it's the exact thing I was talking about, and that one died from my hockey. So let's light this guy up real quick. Loot him for everything's worth. Water cooler bone saw. Okay. Or water cooled bone saw. I did not read all that. And then now we just go back. I see you. A good rule of thumb for really any system you're on with this game, just the way the code runs and the way the way that they make their games. Once you load in, give it a good 10 seconds before you start moving if you don't want to encounter any like issues. I know I often just kind of start running. I should not do that. I just do. I like to play with fate, I
I
suppose.
see you have our missing property.
So here's where it's kind of important what to say. I believe if you choose this one, you get slightly more reputation, and you just don't get any rewards versus getting like some items and stuff like that here. So I always choose this one,
You are?
and
Very generous.
as soon as we get this started, the better.
Haven't had to use a bone saw yet, cross your fingers. But if we did, this was our only one. Thanks.
Okay, and we can do the same thing for the
I'll be on
Raiders
the
if we made our way up to
We'll make
Crater,
sure they're not making a move on
um,
our territory.
which we're going to be doing around 25. Ooh, someone is up here. We can join their team real quick. Oops, I did not mean to do that. We joined just in time. Like I said previously, there are only benefits to joining teams. There are no drawbacks. Uh, your teammates complete a quest, you get a little cut of some caps. You get extra experience or um, whatever the team thing is. These are experience, and this one is experience, but specifically for completing daily ops, which will grant you a bunch of experience all at once, so it really maximizes that daily flow.
Catch you outside of here.
But now we're here. I don't think we can do it today, but the next time we hop on, or maybe on maybe on a new server, um, we can come up here and we can do their daily quests, which this group has two. One person, this person, Roxy, will sometimes have quests for you, and they want you to go hunt down raiders who abandoned the crew, and you can either talk them into coming back, or dispose of them, or just let them go and pretend like you disposed of them. Um, and Ren over here, who will send you to get like vacuum tubes and mechanical parts and stuff like that. But you can come over here and get yourself a spacesuit helmet and check these lockers for sometimes a spacesuit. Oh, there you go, right there. I'm gonna leave those for someone else to come get, and then sometimes these lockers as well. When the game first launched, there was no one here at all, but it was still a location, so you couldn't build a base here, and that really sucked. And now that the raiders are here, I'm like, ugh. And then inside of there is the raider boss type area, and some stuff. You're gonna be doing a lot of story-based stuff there. A lot. Ooh. Okay. Did we make it to Fort Atlas yet? No. Okay. Alright, back to the story we go. Ooh, we need to drink some food, or drink some water, eat some food. Okay, so we need to make our way here. There is a base here, and this little area right here is a military encampment that you will need to do later for the story. You have to go here and register as a recruit so you can get registered in the secret organization to become a general and to launch nukes. And you can launch nukes on other players' camps as long as they're outside of that safety zone I told you about. Okay, it's been about 10 seconds. Alright. Is the game volume good? Is it too quiet? Okay, we discovered this. Now we're gonna go straight there. Parkour! And if you're playing this game solo or with a friend, but just not streaming, I encourage you to hop over here and just turn on Appalachia Radio or Classical or really just any of them and check them out. They're pretty good. They put a lot of effort into these radio stations, and at least for your first time being on there, it's pretty fresh. It's nice to hear them sometimes engaging with the things that you're doing and um, just playing some old songs, like old songs. But they're good. You know, they pop after a while. I don't know how that's gonna work with streaming and stuff, and I don't want to deal with that. Oh, I got distracted. Discovering things. Oh, I didn't jump. Scavenger, okay. I don't need to go across the bridge. They should put a Grafton monster down here. Like a troll under the bridge type thing.
Feel it. Something's close. Tie him up and gag him.
Are you just gonna like start shooting at me as if you don't have a problem? Okay.
Take my heart, asshole.
Oh, that's like a blow up. Idiots. You're really running at me? Stay there, don't shoot me so I can stab you. Like, what? Oh, no, you got a wrench. You're not even gonna stab me. You're just gonna beat me to death? No. Oh, he did not think that strategy out at all.
Hi. You're making me
Oh,
sad.
you're down here? Oh, we're gone. Okay. Oh, really not. Who sees this? You? You up there? Well, that should be. Talk about getting sniped with a grenade, bro. Let's go. Into solo. Sometimes this quest bugs out and you can't get in from here and you have to like server hop and so many other things. Ooh, what's our intelligence at? 3. And our charisma's 2. Hmm. Well, no point changing now. What are we looking for? What did we unlock? Nothing good. We'll do inspirational. Alright, Skinner.
Oh, well now, what do we have here? Are you another ghost?
Is
I
it too
cannot
quiet?
bring you the
could you hear him? Well, what option do you think we should go with? I'm a customer, not a ghost. Well, I just made some money. Let's go. Got a couple screws loose, eh, pal? Silence! I am the ghost of Appalachia Future, and I have a demand. Personally, not to be biased, but I think number three is the strongest written. How would I be biased? It's because I voice acted it. Yeah, I think three as well.
Hmm, so I thought. No need to put on airs with me. I understand your plight, Spirit. My name's Skinner, and I am trapped in here, much like you are trapped in undeath. Now, what do you require to leave me alone?
This spirit requires a host and a Soltron body.
Well, Spirit, unfortunately, assaultrons are military-grade hardware. As such, all of our machines have already been spoken for. Outstanding deal with the United States military, just waiting for pickup. You understand.
I think it's always a good rule of thumb to choose one of these ones that gives you an opportunity to flex your skills, because I believe it gives you experience and kind of helps you like assure success. So we'll choose this one, even though this one's probably more fun.
And you'll do what exactly? Kill me? Release at long last? As welcome a change as that may be, I really should decline. But here, it's been so long since anyone's given even a thought to what I may want. You'll find it upstairs.
All right, good to know. Oh, but he said I'll find it upstairs.
I do hope the new machine is serving you well. We pride ourselves on our dedication to quality.
And then we're just gonna attach a transmitter, and then we return to the Wayward. And that's kind of the big thing for Fallout 76's storyline in the beginning. Is just a lot of fetch quests. But then once you get down to here, they start to pick up their storytelling capabilities like they used to. And then, at least from the beginning parts of the Ohio stuff, it feels like an actual Fallout game. Like I'm interacting with situations, and there's cutscenes, esque situations that take place, and it feels like there's weight to decisions. It starts to get better. They're starting to kind of find their groove again. And then who knows? I heard sometime maybe next year or in the future they might start working on cross-platform. So like Sony and or PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam can all play together. My son plays it
Hey,
on
I see that
PlayStation, so
one.
he might be able to
Signal's
join
coming
us as
through
his
loud and
character.
clear. You know, I don't throw the word hero around a lot. Come over here and let's discuss, huh? Now, I presume you found something that'll work for someone with my natural charm and gravitas?
So, we had a perfect success with this robot mission. You could end up giving her a downgrade for a body, and she could be any number of other types of robots depending on how you go about that quest. So there are different ways you could go. But I think you'll be very
That's what I
pleased.
like to hear. Seriously, thank you for sticking your neck out for me.
It's true. You've worked real hard putting things right for us. None of us are going to forget what you've done. But that really just leaves one last topic for us to discuss, doesn't it? Crane, you ready to listen? I'm just warning you, I can't guarantee you're going to be happy with what I'm about to say.
Mm, I'm ready.
All right then. Follow me. So, I've known where Crane is. I know where his treasure is. But, well, there's a problem. Honey, you awake? Oh. You want to give him a little nudge?
Crane?
That's all he says anymore.
Jesus, Duchess.
Over.
That thing's been up here the whole time?
That thing is Crane, Solomon. And what exactly would you have liked me to do with him?
Put it out of its misery. Those things are killers, Duchess. Paulie and I have the scars to prove it.
I don't recall yielding the floor to debate here. You agree with me, don't you?
So, we could choose the fate of Crane here. We can choose to spare Crane, or we can put him out of his misery. Um, there are no consequences. Uh, and although later we do work to create an inoculation, there is no cure, only prevention. Okay, we can spare him. Although this one's pretty messed up if you read it. So, I do. There's still a person in there. I think it's best to preserve the memory of Crane, yeah. Even though we have no memory of him, but they
Okay,
do.
fine. But that person is fucking dangerous. And those things, they nearly killed Paulie and I once. I can't let that happen to the rest of you. I promise. I'll do it with dignity. But I'm killing this thing if no one else is going to.
Solomon, I wasn't even thinking of... You're... You're right. Do it.
Thank you, Duchess. I'll make it quick. Unless... you want to take care of it?
I guess we're killing him. I apologize. Let me get these adjusted. They're killing my ears right now. Do we want to take the honors? Because if I do it, my gun's a lot stronger than his. I might kill everyone here. I won't. Or do we want to continue to try to spare him? Again, no consequences, just trying to get some involvement. If we don't care, then I'll just I'll cover my eyes. This is the conclusion to the tutorial stuff. That's why it's like this. Randomizer, okay. Let's see, can I go like, okay, I have to do something like this. And right there. You do it, Saul.
All right. Sorry, pal.
Oh!
You two mind if we just take a moment?
Of course not, Duchess.
Yeah, let me just loot him real quick.
According to that map, the treasure is in some kind of special cache tucked away inside Golly Mine, sealed away behind a keycard locked door.
Golly Mine? That's where Paulie and I tracked the Scorched.
Son of a... Did Crane lure those damn things here when he found the cache?
Suppose we don't need to feel so bad anymore.
Solomon, too damn soon.
Sorry.
Now, this cache. I tried to check it out myself, but I didn't get real far. You're already intimately acquainted with Golly, so I suspect you've got the best shot at actually laying hands on whatever's in there. So, here are my terms. I will let you keep said map and access card. No strings attached. As payment for everything you've done for us. But I need your word you'll come back. And buy a drink every now and then.
You know, I've never come back after this quest to buy drinks from her. But yeah.
Good. Now, there anything else you want to discuss before heading out?
I think I'm good.
Good luck.
Tea bag for the road. All right. Okay. And then yeah, we should just go there and then, oh, it's Fashnot already? Okay, let's go. We'll hit Fashnot, we'll go to Golly Mine, and then I think it pushes us to do an inoculation and meet back up with the Overseer. In the base game, before they added the NPCs and stuff, you actually, the story was you followed the Overseer's holotape logs and her quest, and eventually she just kind of like goes back through Appalachia, tries to secure the military silos, finds out her love is like a, well, maybe you can play it and you can figure it out yourself. But she was married before she became our Overseer, so you can, I guess, anticipate how the story might go. It's a pretty good story. Pretty good.
Helvetia has a long tradition of burning
I'm probably being a little nuts. It's
especially
okay. Make music. Ooh. Alright, no robots in there. Ooh, I don't know if the robots over here. 3, 5, 9. It's got to just dump all the freaking honey in there. I don't like you.
With beeswax from the honey house hives, I cannot march. Will you help? The beeswax supply.
Oh, that's my teammate too. Screw this guy. I am not staying on his team.
Appropriately phrased and human pleasing statement of gratitude. Thank you, research assistant. The report with the fire light in the candle has arrived at my designated start marketing. Ashna swapping exterior casing to festive man's lantern. Historically, these men would have been worn the entire festival by the participants, but we only done them right before the parade.
Okay, that's all I had. A perfect Mothman egg. What's the difference? Is there anywhere I can cook? I don't think so. Nope. Okay. I'm not gonna go all the way up there. So I've been doing quantum mechanics studies, and I think sometime last year they did like the first photo of what quantum entanglement looks like. And if you check it out, it looks literally like the yin yang symbol, and it's really cool. I think you just need to type in like picture of quantum entanglement or something like that. But you should check it out. I think it's awesome. I'm not suggesting anything crazy. I have my own thoughts about that stuff, but I just think it's a pretty cool little thing that we had happen. There's a lot of stuff like that actually, but this is just the one that kind of stands out to me right now for some reason. I think I saw something that made me think of it over here while we were running. But I hope you check it out, and I hope you find it as interesting as I did. Parkour! Golden teammate. Dave's Nuts, quality tester. Alright. If he insists. Oh, can't see yourselves. Oh, well, I got a couple hits on him, and then I killed him. I just got suicide bomb. I'm gonna tell my mom. Yeah. She's gonna tell your dad. You're getting in trouble for that. Oh, do we have passing this one down? Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Yeah. Did they already kill him? Woo! We got a few shots in. Oh, I got a turkey mask, I think? Yeah. Do we like the turkey mask more or keep our raven mask? I'm liking the raven mask, but I'm fine with change. That is why I am asking. That's the outfit I'm selling. This glowing one right here. A quad short Gatling gun? We're switching to heavy gun build. Right, meow. This gun, old fashioned machine gun, minigun type thing like that. Type thing. Alright. Oh, that's the armor. Okay, cool. Turkey or Raven. And then here's the weapon we just got. It's quad. So this thing normally already has a 250 ammo capacity, 250 shots per ammo capacity. It's quad, which means it's got 4 times the ammo capacity. Read right there, capacity 1,000 shots before I need a reload. And there are perks built around holding consistent firing without reloading. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's insane. And limb damage and luck. Okay, 209, 195. Let's start scrapping some stuff real quick. Okay. When you're over encumbered, which is what that red emblem at the bottom right means whenever, or a few seconds ago, whenever I was headed to go scrap some stuff, you cannot sprint. Walking takes your stamina, and you cannot fast travel. However, you can get a perk later that allows you to fast travel when over encumbered. So that's just an option. Okay, we're gonna go You're all in mind. Cool. Okay, so we can keep playing this, or if you'd like, I can show you No Man's Sky. I do not mind. I will continue to show this off until I see any type of an answer. Otherwise, maybe in the future, we can just start off with something. Not that I'm burned out on Fallout. I just want to, you know, give you as much of an experience as you can have. And I also can't answer so many questions about No Man's Sky. I'm still kind of learning. Bruh. Okay. Bro, is someone shooting at me? I don't understand. Oh, it's down here. Okay, cool. Missed two shots. Where'd he go? Did he just run away? Interesting. Okay, so while you're here, you're supposed to find a code to go here. Off the top of my head, I do not remember it. You can go around looking all you want for it. But it's right here. 071990. And on top of that, the code never changes. You can look it up. 071990. Spells boobs. So that's just uh, when you're playing on a team, you can go inside of places solo, or if you're the team lead, people can join your place. If you're not the team lead, you can join the team lead's place, assuming they're already there. It's kind of like they create a little server. Oh, okay, we're gonna go the long way. All right. Well,
Error. Hit-Boy registration required. Please report to main office. Error. Hit-Boy registration.
I don't remember what to do, I'm not gonna lie. And normally I just open this door, but I don't want to quick lock the thing. Because we could just go here and get this or that, and it would let us cut it in. That's kind of a waste of a perk. Especially when the reality is I probably just need to look a little harder. But we'll see. Yep. Look at that. Cache control room key. Okay, so hacking is a little difficult. I mean, not difficult, but it's difficult if you don't know what you're doing, and I'll explain it to you. All you're gonna do is you're gonna click on any word you want to click on that you want to guess until. So it says likeness equals 0. That means not a single letter is correct, and they have to both be the correct letter and in the correct position for you to get a likeness addition at all. So if U was the first letter of whatever the correct word is, it would give me a 1. But because there's not a single letter in that specific order, there will not be a U in the first slot, an N in the second, a T, an I, or an L in any of the slots it's in. Because there's an N in the second slot of enter, I know for a fact enter is incorrect. None of the letters line up correctly with sent, because yes, there's an N in sent, but the N in until does not line up with the N in sent as the second letter. It's instead the second to last letter. So we'll try sent. 0. And again, it's like, okay, anything that starts with an S, anything that ends with a T or an L. THEIR, that's not anything we've tried. And this one has 1. So a single letter here is correct. And we've only got 1 attempt remaining. Now we're going to go through and we're going to see if we can close any brackets. And if we can do that, it will, 1, get rid of any duds. And then hopefully we'll close the right bracket and we'll reset our tries. And then we'll keep closing brackets. You want to do an inner bracket and then you want to do the bracket more to the right and then work your way left. If you do left and do the larger one, it eats everything on the inside. So you have to do the smaller ones first. And since you only get 1 attempts reset per section, and sometimes not even that. So once you get it, you can just get back to guessing if you want, or you can just run through it real quick. You don't even have to like look for closed brackets. You just gotta like throw your pieces through real quick, your little piece through, and it'll find it for you. And then you can speed up, what you're looking for. So now we're down here. We know until is not right. We know enter is not right. We know sent says no, so swore is not correct, and split's not correct. Show is not correct. Scenes is not correct. So that leaves us with offer, lawns, and major. And there THEIR had one correct. So THEIR, nope, none of those match in any of those spots. So offer will be incorrect. Major is the only one that has any letter that lines up in the correct sequence and the correct letter, so this is probably the correct word. Did that make sense? Because this is how I had to teach myself this. They don't give you a tutorial. You just figure it out. Uh, Register Pip-Boy.
Pip-Boy. Detected. Registration complete.
Okay.
Disabled. You may now present Pip-Boy at access point. Valid Pip-Boy detected. Access granted. Welcome, prospective Robco customer.
There's not any audio issues, right? I know I keep asking that. I guess I'm just concerned. And so this is it. Now we can just loot his little cache. He meant to come back through and add a bunch of stuff, but he never did. And it's just fun. I encourage you to kind of explore all of this while you're here, and honestly, just take everything. But I'm only here for a couple of things. Yeah. Money. Ew. Where you got roaches? I mean, everyone does at some point, I imagine. And that's it. You can grab all this stuff though if you want. What? Oh, HVAC. Alright, and now we can either get an energy weapon, a shotgun, a rifle, a pistol, fists, two-handed melee weapon, or one-handed melee weapon. I think we're probably going to do an energy weapon. Cool, we got a little 2-star pistol. Not a bad little haul. Probably going to be hopping off soon. Is there anything you want to see, or any other games you want to see before we hop off tonight?
The intrepid explorer returns. Extra layer of dust makes me think you might have actually succeeded. Time to spill. What'd you find?
No, I've not done any more dev stuff in the last couple of days. I probably will this weekend, and then maybe Tuesday, Wednesday next week. But right now I'm just trying to get everything kind of organized with the new job and everything. I did get a pretty decent weapon out of the deal.
Well, glad you got something useful out of the equation. You deserve it, and more, honestly. In fact, what I will do
Is there any dev
is
stuff
give
you
you
want
a
to see me do
discount.
real time?
You'll never pay full price here while I'm still above the ground. Really, it's about the least I could do at this point. Honestly, thank you. We're on our feet now because of you. You take care of yourself out there, honey. One wayward soul to another.
I can show you some of the cool stuff. Okay. Like a full stream dedicated to dev? Okay. Yeah, I can work on that. I don't know if I have 2 hours worth of capabilities to show off, but we can mess around. I mean, worst case, we can just stream what I'm learning real time. Maybe not the video itself, but you just kind of like watch the process whenever I'm experimenting and working with like AI and stuff, trying to get um, some understanding of what to do until I can get a better understanding of how to read documentation and like what all their stuff is doing. I guess it's less about a better understanding and more of the patience to read the documentation. Okay. Well, if you want, real quick, I can show you. So, like, when I'm doing game dev and I want to start a new project, they have like templates that you can start with. You can start with like a shooting template, where it has a couple of like AI guys that'll spawn in and shoot at you, and like a little combat templates and stuff like that. I can show you some of the stuff that the templates have, and some of the work that they give you standard if you want to see it. But I don't know how that'll go, because as we do it, we basically create the project from scratch real time. And that shouldn't be an issue. I just never, when I was doing my research on getting this laptop, I only researched if it could handle Unreal 5 and doing all the stuff I want to do. I didn't check to see if it could handle Unreal 5 and streaming while I'm doing it. I would think it can, but just in case. And I've only got like a little 16 gigabyte RAM system, so. But I will, I'll switch it over real quick. Let me grab my mouse because I'm using my trackpad. Okay. Quit the desktop. And, okay. So you can't see it. Can I move this real quick? Okay, cool. That moved on stream for you. Here's where that Unreal Engine thing is that's hooked up to my Steam account. It's right here. So whenever I use this one, it allows me the ability to use my controller. Otherwise, if I use this one down here, it's just hooked up straight to Epic Games. Because this is a PS4 controller, it just doesn't read it. I don't have enough knowledge as to why. But yeah, we're going to move this back now. And I will try to make sure to be more cognizant of things that pop up over here. We're going to click up on the one that's underneath my image right now. It'll put a little bit more strain on the system, but it'll allow me to use my controller. And I do. Oh, I know there won't be any sound added to any of these, so never mind. I don't have to apologize for that. Man. So what I can do is these templates have like pre-built systems, and you can kind of like plug and play almost like Legos, but they're like very incomplete. But I can take these pre-built systems and throw them into other things and such like that, and I can put pre-built systems together. And I can imagine the systems I want to build. I'm just not yet to the point where I can build them. So we'll do a new project, and we've got a couple of options here. This Paper ZD hybrid top down is one that I've got from a content creator on YouTube, and he sent out, and I added it in myself. It's very specific. Um, I'm a huge fan of 2D sprite gameplay, like Paper Mario, where it's a 3D world and it's 2D characters. I love that. I love the Paper Mario stuff, and so eventually I'd love to build like a Paper Mario meets Pokemon or something like that, like a creature collector game. And a game that does that very well is Cassette Beasts, I feel. So I might not do maybe a rendition of that, but just kind of like a Paper Mario themed world, and maybe that'll be like the universe-esque stuff I build. So we'll see. But we can start off with like a little car game where you can start driving. Car mechanics and building car stuff is crazy complicated. So that's super helpful. Um, a third person fighting game or a 2D side scroller or a platformer, a first person horror game with sprint but no enemy, but kind of like a good atmosphere, or a shooter game or just a first person walk around game, a completely blank document, a top down game kind of like Baldur's Gate or like a twin stick shooter. I can even make VR, handheld games, all of it. This is what the professionals use is this and Unity, and then any kind of like personal built engines. So what type of template would you like to see? These two are typically the heaviest on the system, and this one's typically the lightest on the system. If no preference, then I will probably choose probably the third person one. Let's do first person. Okay, cool. So when we click on it, we're gonna drop our quality preset down to scalable, so it's just not so hard on the system, and hopefully doesn't cause any lag spikes or streaming quality interruptions. And then for variant, this is where our like it really sets up a template. We can have arena shooter, survival horror, or all, and I'm going to select all, and it gives us both of them, and we can kind of jump between the two pre-built templates. And the idea is it like creates a game mode, so that way you can kind of like quick switch and stuff like that. And I can even create a first-person shooter game that switches game modes mid-game to a horror game if I wanted to. I can get as crazy creative as I want to, as long as I can program it, and create the art and everything. And we'll just call this stream project. Anything we want to call it. Anything we want to call it. And then I'm going to do it in blueprints. You can do it in C++. This is a more traditional programming language where you have to like type it all out, and it's like hacker looking stuff. I've shown you blueprints before, but if you have not seen them, there's just like node-based pictures, and it's a little bit easier for beginners to kind of get into. So we're going to hit create, and now it's going to take a completely empty nothing and all the pre-built assets that comes with downloading Unreal Engine and throw them all in together. And then additionally, I can take us into Fab, F-A-B, which is a library of assets I have. I have 1.5K assets within that library that I've just gotten for free. And we can add a level, and I can put some of these guys into the level. So first thing we'll do is we're going to go over here to level prototyping. This is your editor. You will spend weeks just learning your editor, and then you'll spend weeks just learning different parts of the editor, and then before you even get into coding or animations or any of that other stuff usually. But we're going to come over here to variant shooter, and we're going to pull up, well actually first we're just going to hit play, and this is the first person game mode it gives you, and it immediately comes with controller support right off the rip. Controller support. dead zone, all that, jumping buttons, no sprints, you have to code that, no crouch, things like that, no interactions. Um, and then we'll go to variant shooter, and right here you can go to levels and such, but right here is their example level. So we can pull this up, and here is what they made. It's just like a little arena. These spots are where you can spawn. That's just like a target dummy you would shoot, and these are where your AI are going to spawn. These two right here. There's not spawners on this pre-built template, but creating a spawner system isn't usually too difficult. But off the top of my head, I don't remember it. It would just be like spawn actor and world on an event timer. We can probably put one together in stream if we wanted to. So upon hitting play, I'll spawn in either one of these three locations here, or one of those locations over here. And then enemies will spawn in and they'll start shooting at us. Okay, so we spawn back over here. It's a little laggy as it's getting all the shaders loaded in, and there's an enemy. And there's no sound or anything, but automatically, without me having to do any coding, I have a little game right here I can play. However, I don't like that I don't know how they made all this stuff, so I'm learning how to do basically this, make a template and everything from scratch. So that way I'm less reliant on templates and I can manipulate the templates better to suit me. But these are like a little Nerf guns. And so we see all that. And then I come over here to blueprints, no, weapons, and rifle. Is it going to be in weapons? It might not be. I might have to go somewhere else. Meshes. Okay, yeah. We're going to have to go. Where are our bullets? One of these will have our bullets in them. And we can adjust the stuff for our guns. We can add sounds if we want to. In fact, we'll go to Fab right here. And we can get a character body if we wanted to. We'll go to my library. 1.7K. But I will almost assuredly never use a majority of these. But I just got like these guys today for free and some other stuff. So sure, we'll just grab this Fantasy Adventurers pack. And that's been added to our project. We'll go back over. We're going to go down to 3D environments. Stylized cabin. That might be a little heavy. But you know what? We'll go ahead and download it. And then while that's downloading, sounds, audio, sound effects. And then we'll just do like laser gun shots. And that should be good. We'll let those two things download, and I will real time just make a quick little map, put these guys spawning into it, put ourselves spawning into it, a weapon in front of us, and we'll go from there. And then if I can find where these bullets are, I'll add sound on the bullets. Blueprints, pickups, projectiles, there we go. So there's our little Nerf gun. We're going to slot this up here. Can we get our sound? Yes. Okay, we're going to close out of Fab. This is their programming knowledge for their projectile. So all they're using to get this to go is on projectile hit. So we're going to do event begin play. Begin play. Thank you. and we're just going to pick a sound that we like. So we'll do a wave sound, and I apologize if these are really loud. No thump, and how's it sound? How's that sound? Oh. Nope. Nope. Maybe. Okay. We're gonna take this guy into here, and on event begin play, bam. That's all we need to do. And now, as soon as we shoot this type of bullet, it is going to make that sound. We're going to come over here to viewport. We're going to click on, where is your mesh? There we go. Static mesh. We're going to open this guy up, details. We're going to open up this guy. Oh no, we're going to make a new material. So we're going to come over here. What are we doing? Ooh, that hurts my ear. There we go. New material. We're going to call it M for material, and we're going to say bullet. And we're going to open this up, and we're going to click 3. What color do we want? Pink? Okay. And then we're going to take this white one, and we'll plug it into the base color. Do we want it to glow pink, like emit a color from it? What that means is 1, and we're going to turn this up to a 1, and I can hook this up to emissive, and it kind of glows. In fact, we will hook this up to a multiply, and then hook that up to emissive, and then turn it to like a 100. And now it glows pink, and we can shoot pink glowing darts. And then we go over here, and we find M underscore bullet. Bam. And we just made a material, and we just applied it to our weapon, or to our bullet. Our bullets also can have that sound as we shoot them. All right, compile, save. So just these changes right now, we're going to test it. Okay, the bullets are not with this. The bullets have the sound, but our shader's not being applied. So somewhere, that's fine. I imagine it's using a different bullet, and maybe I grabbed the pistol one, but I'm not quite sure what I did wrong. That's okay. Where is our shooter, blueprints, AI? And here's our AI. Now, here's a trick. When we go to do this, we are not adjusting the animations for their gun holding. So there's a huge chance that the guns will not be mapped correctly, and they'll be holding an invisible gun and still able to shoot us. But it will just be kind of messed up, and I'll have to go through and do that. And I've just, in no capacity, practiced that. But we're going to go skeletal mesh asset. We want to change just our regular mesh, right? Nope. Okay. Yeah. And then we want to change this guy to I hope this is appropriate. Yes, okay. And that should just appear as her when they spawn in, unless I need to switch it to the other one. So, is it going to be them or her? Yep, it's her. And they're holding an invisible gun, but they can still shoot me. Her face is... Okay, it's good. I thought it was despawn, or not there. But yeah, I can still interact with them. Okay, and then now we're going to go... What was that map called? Cabin. Levels. Did they have a demo? How big is this one? 13 megabytes, 36 kilobytes. This is probably their demo. We're going to open this up, save selected. Yep, sure, whatever. It could take a while. If you do not have a strong computer, and by strong I mean something that can game on par at least with like a PS5, I don't recommend Unreal Engine. I recommend something like Godot. And Godot is, as I said before, the original game I made. The little witch game where my kids did the voice acting and stuff, that was in Godot. And it's a super lightweight editor. I love it. There's a YouTuber I followed. His name is Brackies. He does a fantastic job explaining how to use Godot, making a little demo. Very, very, very fun. Very fun project to make for a first timer. Okay. Lightweighting on shaders for real time. Everything's getting loaded in. We should be pretty. We will see if there's a player spawn or player start. Nope. Okay. So we are going to add a player start. Yeah. To move around in the editor is just WASD, like you're playing a game. And so even though I don't have any actual experience like computer gaming, this is helping me kind of just get used to that. Since it says bad size, it's telling me that we're slightly clipping into the ground and I need to raise it up. If I had my other keyboard, I could do like there we go. I could hit the N key and it snaps me down to the bottom. We're going to go ahead and rotate. This blue arrow is the direction we're going to be facing. Actually, facing the cabin is not a bad decision. We'll just turn us to the left a bit more, and we'll take us forward. And then we'll try to snap us down a little bit more. Okay, cool. Oops. And now we want to... We'll probably just have these guys spawn in over here. Maybe just one enemy. So variant shooter, blueprints, BP character, yeah. So he's going to be facing away from us. We will go ahead and give ourselves the only... I think they spawn with a weapon, but we'll give ourselves a pickup. In fact, can we... We can open this up and we can adjust the... Where are we at? Viewport. There we go. And we want static mesh, and we want this material. No, actually, we want to switch this material over for Embullet as well. Okay, now this will glow properly. Bam. And we want it to have... Why are you... Okay. Spawn time 4 seconds. Weapon, we want it to give us probably just a rifle. And okay. Save, play. There's our little golden rifle. Uh, oh, shoot. Hold on. World settings. And then, oh, my controller turned off. That's fine. Game overview. We want shooter game mode. There we go. And lastly, I forgot I need to add a nav mesh. Nav mesh by bounds volume. This is what allows our AI to walk around and know what the ground is, essentially. We're just going to scale this guy up, probably 50. And we just want it to kind of engulf our entire map area that we want him to walk. So we'll go from 50 to 75. No, 100. Okay, so he won't be able to go outside of this area, but that is perfectly fine. And he should be able to walk pretty much everywhere within here. So, and then we could take this time if we wanted to add in a ambient sound, audio, ambient, and maybe we want, oh, we need to go to our library, sorry, audio, ambient, and we'll do just some forest sounds, yeah. We don't need shooter pickup anymore. We don't need shooter NPC anymore. Any questions so far? I'm just kind of flying through this. But this is the most comfortable part of the process for me. Forest sounds. Environment. Yeah. Ouch. Nope. Okay, just make sure. I like that one. And we're just going to put it there, and without adding any other effects to it, it will just play across our entire level. So now we're just going to make sure it loops. Looping. Bam. Because we don't want it to just turn off. Save. And then, hell, we should just F11, Alt P, click, and that should be it. Got our weapon. It's got sounds. We can't aim down sights yet because we didn't code that in. Oh, did I spawn him outside the map? No? Okay, cool. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's having a hard time. So this is bugged. But we could figure out what was wrong, and I would just spend some time debugging this. And this is a big thing about game dev is, and probably everything, honestly, is you're going to encounter obstacles and issues like this, and it comes down to how motivated are you to sit down and figure this out. Because my course probably doesn't have this as an issue because he's using a different version and things like that. So I would have to be like, hey, what am I doing wrong, and so on and so forth. And yeah. This is not a bad little environment, actually. Let's try to up the quality. Hopefully this doesn't kill my stream. And then now let's do Alt P. Ooh. Expect extremely poor performance. Well, it looks a little bit prettier. Oof. Yeah, okay, we're getting like 10 frames a second right now because we're trying to stream and do all this at the same time. I apologize if my audio is bad. But we'll hit out of that, and we'll on F11, and we're going to switch this back over to medium. There we go. And bam, we just made a small project. Technically, we would need to fix his issues, and we could create, after this, we would just literally need to create a win-lose condition. Upon lose, start over, upon win, end game. And that would technically be a complete game. The objective would be to kill the enemy, and then that's it. That is how simple it is. And it allows me to have a greater appreciation for games like Baldur's Gate and such, where whole teams come together, and then other games where like a single person makes them. It's like, wow, there's really a lot that goes into this. None of that touched base on just setting up the character controls, which has taken me about a month to learn. Debugging any of these errors. It doesn't talk about the fact that I didn't make any of these art assets or the sounds custom. All of this is just because I'm fortunate enough to have a large library. But technically, I bought these assets and I can use them as if I paid someone in the real world to give them to me for a project. So that's a pretty cool feature, and that's why I choose Unreal. Otherwise, I'd probably completely dedicate into Godot. But yeah. Do you want to see the horror project real quick? I imagine so. I can show you real quick. But it would just be variant horror. And it's just, so none of the stuff's going to be there. There's no sound, none of that stuff, just like our first little project. But it's just this little kind of, let me scroll down this flying thing. There we go. Kind of just a little very atmospheric environment, very dark, some doors, and some people, like there's this guy I follow called Gorka Games, he just kind of spawned an enemy, gave us a little animation sequence to follow where he like crawls towards you and sets him to spawn and chase you, and it's just like a little small game. But it's just like this little character. You have a shift for sprint. And that's really it. There's nothing major going on about this one, but it's got a lot of potential, and that's kind of what makes it fun. And it inspired me. I actually, before I kind of got back in touch with you, I had created this like maze project, and it had like a weeping angel-esque enemy in it. And it was like, it was before I started the Udemy project, and I was like, I want to build something from the ground up. And I realized I couldn't build a character controller or anything like that, so that's why I got into Udemy. But it was pretty fun. I will be making a maze game in the future where you have like a weeping angels-esque enemy that stops chasing you when you look at them and follows you through the maze, and you'll probably have to like keep an eye on them while getting some stuff done, and like move back and forth and then work around them to get to where you want to go. And if you keep your eyes off them for too long, you'll probably die. But that's this little maze, and we can change stuff here too. It's like if we don't like these lights, or maybe we want to change the the color of the light or something like that, we just come down here and we can make them all pink. And now this light's gonna be pink, so we can spawn in, and bam, there's that pink light. So that's the great thing about these pre-built things, and you just kind of flip the worlds and the assets the way you want them. What do we want to see? Sorry, I've been doing a lot of talking. We can end the stream here if there's nothing else you want to see. I apologize. I lost track of time. But that's the horror template. Yeah, you can have that big guy. Actually, I want you to eat dinner real quick, or not dinner, but it's 9 o'clock. Go ahead and have something other than Oreos, and then you can have some Oreos. Add something to your dinner so you can kind of fill up a little bit more. Is there anything else you want to see? Not you, big man. That's okay. Okay. If there is anything else, just let me know and we can get it set up for next stream. More game dev in the future? Yeah, we can definitely do that. We can definitely do that. I appreciate. How can I make this bigger? Oh, I can do this. Bam! I appreciate you joining me. Man, this quality's real bad. But thanks. Have a good night. Later.